I just saw some restaurant stats in the U.S. and it stated that there are 660,000 restaurants in the U.S. So it broke it down to about a population of 500 for every restaurant. So if you say like a town of 50,000 people, that's 100 restaurants. And you can, I don't know the reference. You can fact check it. It sounds pretty accurate. But like for example, in my area, if you include the bordering towns or neighborhoods, you're probably talking about 150,000. So triple that, right? 300 restaurants. So, if you're a restaurant owner and you're competing with anything from 100 to 300 restaurants, and I know a lot of restaurant owners will say, well, you have to segment that. I do, I'm a brewery, I do fine dining, I'm a steakhouse, I'm a fast food place. Even if you segmented it out, let's just say 50 restaurants. How are you competing with 50 restaurants? What's your competitive advantage? What do you do better than the rest of the restaurants? What's going to make me or any other consumer come to your restaurant and not go to the other 49? And I think sometimes just in the marathon of owning a restaurant and keeping to pace and having so many things to do, we can get lost in that kind of perspective. But I guess I'm putting this video out there to kind of put light on the fact that you're competing with a heavy number of businesses. And yes, a lot of people eat food and a lot of people like to go out, etc., etc. But if you don't have a clear-cut competitive advantage, something that separates you from your other nearby locations, and if you're in an area where people commute far, I mean that number increases even more, right? But if you don't have a competitive advantage, and if everybody on your team, down to the barbacks, don't understand what that is, you're leaving money on the table and you're potentially allowing competitors to come and take your spot. Because, the restaurant business is not easy, but some of the things that restaurant owners do or some of the habits that they have are not indicative to how hard it is to stay in the game. Because if it was that easy, so many restaurants would not, go out of business after the first 2 years. So I just want to put that out there. I just thought it was an interesting stat. But make sure you have a competitive advantage. Really stick to it, fine tune it, be the best at it, and so you can really hold your own in your space. All right, take it easy. That's my time.